This is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Optimism from XRP chart analysts is incredibly high right now, and I want to share with you a number of things in this latest Moon Lambo hot jam from a ton of different analysts, including a number of XRP chart analysts. One says that, like, XRP, the setup, it's screaming breakout. Like, we're right about there. There's another analyst that's saying, yeah, it's imminent, literally. And I hope that's true. There's not uniform agreement on exactly when XRP is going to break. Some think it could take a few more weeks. Some think that it literally is about to happen practically tomorrow. And so I don't pretend to know which is right. But any of that, whether it's tomorrow or a few weeks from now or shortly thereafter, anywhere in that range makes a ton of sense from a historical perspective. And also keeping in mind all of the other metrics that are being tracked in crypto and how things are unfolding, including on a macro scale, global liquidity, you name it. The confluence for everything is particularly striking at this juncture in time. So lots to unpack. But before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. S&P 500, as I mentioned in my very last video, it's worth repeating here, doing pretty damn well. It was supposed to be the end of the world in early April, except it's not. It's definitely not. Take a look at this post from Tom Lee, and I think this guy's rather insightful. He's the CIO of Fundstrat Capital. He's actually a contributor on CNBC, so he's all over on national media. But here's what he had to say: too many investors sat out stocks since April, and now fundamentals positive on trade. Investors need to get back in. S&P 500 dips to be bought, keeping pullbacks shallow. And so he's firm on this. He firmly believes this goes way higher when he talks about Bitcoin specifically. And of course, the asset class moves in tandem, so this is exciting even if you're not big on Bitcoin. Way, way, way higher. The idea of it getting into, like even doubling from here, he thinks that's in the cards for this cycle. Then there's this post from Scott Melker. He simply wrote, the S&P 500 is up 20% since April 7th. Folks, we are in a bull market still. Make no mistake about it. We're in a freaking bull market. This isn't done. I will tell you when it's done because there's going to be all sorts of metrics hitting certain levels indicating that we're getting close to the top, that the market is overheating. And when that happens, I will be telling you because you don't want to be caught off guard. And so I will be highlighting all of the reasons when I'm selling and I'm warning that, hey, we're getting close to the end. I know I'm going to get yelled at for it because when that happens, people get into this mode where they feel like it's just going to keep going up forever, and it won't. The music will stop. The music will stop. You don't want to be caught off guard. You don't want your head in the sand. So I'll be telling you when that stuff happens because it's the same things every freaking cycle indicating, hey, we don't know exactly what day this thing's going to peak, but we're about there. And so I aim to be out of the market either 100% or close to it by the time that happens. That's my goal anyway. Here's a post from chart analyst Mr. Crypto. He shared this with his 141,000 followers. He's talking about Bitcoin here, and you can see on the left is 2025. That's where we are now. On the right is 2020, and he's arguing the same thing that happened last cycle. It's happening right now. And so he wrote, Bitcoin is setting up just like it did in 2020. Last time it entered price discovery. This time won't be different. Okay, he is correct. This time won't be different because history rhymes with itself and we are in a bull market, period. Here's a post from chart analyst Crypto Michael. When Bitcoin breaks all-time high, the move that follows will essentially be an infinite money glitch. Yeah, that sounds about right, actually. That's what it feels like. Anyway, this will be your chance to make it if you're new and weren't following me when we longed the entire way up from $15,000. Lock in and start prepping now. Now, of course, when Bitcoin goes, it's exciting, and I'm not as excited about Bitcoin, even though it's one of my largest holdings, because the multiplier effect from here is going to be very minimal. I mean, what are we going to get? Even if the wild expectations come true, what, a 2x? If it gets completely insane, a 3x, which I am not counting. I don't think that's going to happen. But that's the range, right? Maybe it's going to be more like, what, are you going to get, like a 50% increase from here? Well, what do you think you're going to get on the altcoins then? So if this indeed is correct, and the all-time high is coming, and that's going to wake up the market and bring new retail investors in, well, XRP is where it's at. I mean, the multiplier for alts, it's going to be absolutely bonkers. Take a look at this post from charting guy. This is the market cap Bitcoin dominance percentage. He wrote, Bitcoin dominance weekly looks awful. Massive bear divergence confirmed with the ugly weekly close last week. Now, you love to see it if you're a bull. You love to see this. Bitcoin dominance falling? Yes, please. Because as Bitcoin dominance falls, it's true that Bitcoin price can keep going up, and absolutely I expect that it will. But as the dominance falls, what's going up? Dominance for altcoins, because they're going to be firing on all cylinders. Here's a post from 360 Trader. This is the crypto total market cap, and he wrote, all of crypto. Final resistance before the all-time high and new all-time highs. Can't stop what is coming. And he shared that with his 196,000 followers. And so what you're going to find is that the large influencers out there in crypto who are, the chart guys, who have been here for a number of years, they all get this. They know what's coming in a general sense. It's new all-time high for Bitcoin, all sorts of new all-time highs for altcoins. This is the moment where you get your life-changing wealth. It's a very real thing for regular people like myself and you. And I am just a regular dude. There's nothing special about me. I've made it in crypto by doing nothing. I bought stuff, I brought exposure, and then I've been patient. That's it. Doesn't make me special, but I did do it, and I'm going to continue doing it. And when this blow off top happens, that will finally be the moment where after 7.5 years, now I've been in crypto, I will finally cash out. I've never cashed out to USD. I'm going to, though. This is the moment. It is coming, and it's very real. Isn't that just incredible? Like, seriously, there's never been an opportunity like this in the history of our species, and now here we're living in the advent of crypto, and this exists because of it. We are so fortunate. We are among the most fortunate humans to have ever been born. It's incredible. That's not, I'm not overstating. Like, that's genuinely how I feel about this. And regular people, absolutely, it's not some sort of pipe dream. You absolutely can achieve life-changing wealth. Now, it's up to you to make it happen. You have to control your emotions. You have to have whatever patience is required, and you don't get to choose what the timeline is. But you either have exposure when this stuff happens or you don't. And I've decided to have exposure. And my crypto is worth a fortune compared to what I put in. And all I did was nothing after buying. So, I bought, that's an action. But after that, nothing. It just works. You don't need to buy a course to learn how to trade or anything like that. Just have broad exposure and frickin' wait. And make sure you got a bunch of large cap cryptos, because those are the ones that are more likely to actually make it and ultimately hit new all-time highs. Specifically utility coins like, XRP, obviously, HBAR, so on and so forth, Flare. Here's a post from Crypto Wizard, and this is these are others /BTC charts, so it's the others BTC pair. And you can see what's happened. Going back to the last two cycles, you got 2017 cycle, 2021, and then where we are now in 2025. And the others chart, that's the name of the chart that shows every coin in the crypto market except the top 10 coins by market cap. So this is the others chart denominated in Bitcoin. That's what's showing on your screen here. And so you can see that where we are right now in 2025, others has been falling against Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been outperforming, but that's normal. That's historically normal. Look at what happened each of the last two cycles. You can see here, others fell, 2017, others fell, 2020 going into 2021. And then what happened? Tremendous outperformance each of the last two cycles. We haven't had that yet. Is this time different? No, it's not different. It just hasn't happened yet. You got to be a little more patient here. I do not believe for a moment this time is different. And so, I think he's right. So he wrote, a matter of time. Remember, there's no pleasure without pain. Others against Bitcoin is following an identical structure to both previous cycles. After the pain comes the alt season you've been waiting for. The time is coming. Here's a post from chart analyst Mikey Bull Crypto. Looking at the ETH price action, retest before continuation. Yep, that sounds about right. Ethereum's already started breaking out after hitting a low close to $1,400. Recently, it was as high as around $2,600. So went back up, going back down, test a support level. It's going to blast off, though. And this is a signal that, the last two cycles, it's been the signal for alt season to start. Like, we're pretty much there, folks. That's why it makes all the sense in the world to be ridiculously excited right now. I firmly believe that. And I don't believe that that's how it makes, I don't believe that's what it makes sense to feel like most of the time being in crypto, because most of the time in crypto, it's just sideways price action and you're in a bear market moving down. That's a lot of it. This is a time to be excited, though, and it's okay to be excited. You have permission from the Moon Lambo. Here's a post from the great Matsby. This is the market cap of XRP chart. And he says, XRP's market cap is quietly forming a strong base above its 2018 all-time highs. Most aren't watching, but the setup is screaming breakout. It's not if, but when. Keep your eyes on this. Oh, I absolutely am, folks. It is just a matter of time. It was supposed to be impossible, many said, but here, look at this breakout. Happened in 2024 after the election. We're just consolidating now. It's going to rip to the upside again. Here's a post from Crypto Insight UK. This is one hell of a vote of confidence. He simply wrote, XRP all-time highs imminent. He does not normally talk like that. If he's saying that, he firmly believes, yeah, it's actually imminent. It's about to happen. Number go up. And by the way, he thinks that XRP is likely going to peak somewhere between $20 to $30. He thinks that's absolutely plausible. Here's a post from chart analyst Steph is Crypto, XRP USD chart. He agrees, obviously. XRP is about to explode, and he believes XRP is actually going to peak over $30 this cycle. Here's a post from chart analyst Cryptoica. He simply wrote XRP ready, and he's been sharing this message consistently, but he believes that XRP is going to get up in that $9 to $10 range, which, who knows, maybe we'll look back and say, wow, that was actually a bit conservative. I hope that happens. I don't know. I'm not a chart guy. I'm not making price predictions. But, you know, the idea of XRP getting anywhere close to that, or even the people that are talking about $20 or $30, none of that's crazy. That's all on the table. That could happen. It's just a question of how much money is going to flow into crypto. But the more money that flows in, the more it's going to cycle through ultimately to XRP, resulting in ridiculous green candles and higher prices. So that's what's in store next, folks. Like, we're about there. It's been one hell of a freaking ride. It absolutely has. So much crazy crap has happened the last 7.5 years I've been in crypto, and just thinking back on it, it's just incredible. And the crap we had to go through with the SEC, no other community had to go through it like we did. And we're on the other side of this. We're better for it. XRP, it's a juggernaut, outperforming every other coin in the top 100 since the election. You'll love to see it. Like, we were right. We're vindicated. We just got to wait for that last part where XRP does finally enter price discovery and melt phases. It is coming, though. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.